seconds.
Okay, whenever you want to do the countdown.
Alright, let's start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. So
The tournament policy, I'll start. The tournament policy of having set maps and some which aren't generally played has paid off in a way, I think, because seeing double orc on this map, well, it doesn't happen too often, let's say. Anyway, continue.
yeah, with Edtjuh switching to MacBoy for this game. And we have some banter between the players, apparently. Not sure what it's about. Probably something that happened in the game lobby before it started. And we have both going for the same build. And with dual shooters for hammer, I would assume that electric armor could be really, really nasty down the road.
I don't know whether you picked it up, but there was a nice bit of micro by Ed in the centre where he was capping the VP with his mech boy, and the war boss, he spotted that the war boss was going to do his knockdown special attack, so he teleported to the other side of the VP and continued capping without being disrupted.
Yeah, I saw that. It was really nice. My dog should shut up.
You see, this is why we need to recruit Koreans. Deal with your dog. Bad taste, yes, I know.
Anyway, Slug is upgraded with burners now at Edtjuh's Gen Farm, forcing off both of his shooters. That Warboss is still around with only 200 hit points. Map control is split 50-50 right now. Center is still not capped. I don't know why the Warboss didn't finish capping it. However, Ed's first generator is being destroyed by those burner boys. Ed has his own sluggers at Hammer's power farm. However, against those big shooters, I don't think they can finish their job. At least not without taking a lot of casualties.
Yeah, that war boss doesn't want to stick around too long either.
So yeah, it only took one loss destroying that generator, so in the end it was worth it. I forgot that those shooters had to walk around the stairs to fire at them, so that bought them crucial time. With two big shooters from Ed and only one big shooter from Hammer, but he has burners to compensate for that.
I'll be curious to see what he kits his Warboss out with again this game, because obviously he didn't buy any war gear whatsoever last game. I suppose it was a tacit admission that Warboss is fairly useless on that map, which would call into question why he chose to play him in the first place. But anyway, we'll see what happens this game.
Maybe globals.
Guess so.
But I haven't seen them. Last game, I mean. Oh, and MacBoy is getting his electric armor just as I expected. However, he's fairly low on health, so teleporting in and triggering it was not an option.
He was using his absolutely awesome knife in close combat though, and took down a couple of shooter models.
Meanwhile, Hammer has control of all 3 VPs, reducing Ed's VP count pretty quickly. Hammer still has no second big shooter. And yeah, his Warboss again caught by these shooters with aiming what's that, forcing him off.
First banner goes up to protect Ed's gen farm, and given its rather large radius, it'll also knock down and disrupt units coming down the stairs or spilling out from the western approach to the power farm.
Yeah. However, it does cost 10 power right now to build them, so losing them will really hurt you more than it did before. We see Stormboys on the field for HolyHammer, which coming tier 2 are perfect counter to shooter blobs, since with their stun they will stun both squads, and then you can dish out enough damage to force them to retreat, or use Bomber Boy, or whatever you like to use.
Yeah, I think used well, they're almost better as a standoff weapon in some matchups just because of the Bomber Boy.
Still no war gear for the boss. Edtjuh lured these sluggers and the Stormboys into the range of his banner, but he only has one big shooter squad supporting it. Stormboys seem to be not under the effect of usage choppers. However, that banner seems to be going down. Edtjuh is trying to repair it, but it still died. And I don't think that first frazzle he used was really that useful. It only forced off the sluggers.
Still, I think it is worth the purchase price, because he didn't lose any generators as a result, and he may have lost most of them otherwise.
Yeah, he could have placed it a little better though. Anyway, Edtjuh is going tier 2, Hammer is doing the same a few seconds later. VP is still in Hammer's favor, but Edtjuh has managed to secure 2 of them right now, and he's going for the top. But as Hammer is going for the bottom, in the end they will be equal again. Anyway, some wreck point decapping by Edtjuh. I don't see any upgrades queued up for Hammer in tier 2 yet. Basically same with Edtjuh, nothing queued up yet. I think Edtjuh just purchased the unit since his resources went down. Yeah.
Yep, weird boy.
I think Hammer did something similar. He just bought something. Not sure what it was.
We need more UI clutter relic. Add it, please.
Yeah, more than 6 squads would be nice. Yeah, Hammer went for War Truck. Stormboys are getting their knobs, so yeah, that will be an excellent infantry counter.
Just about to say, nice target for electric armor, and yeah, he didn't actually need to retreat that second shooter boy squad because he ran out of energy just as he was engaging.
Yeah, no improved rocket pack for the Stormboys yet, so no Bomber Boy. I think Hammer just wasted a buff. It wasn't War, so it had to be use your choppers or Art Boys, since his sluggers retreated right after receiving that buff.
Yeah, and Warboss goes down to combined fire of shooter boys. I was going to say earlier in the game, he was leaving his Warboss around for a very, very long time.
Yeah, here come
when engaging the shooter boys.
Yeah, here come the Storm Boys. Edtjuh also went for a War Truck. There comes the Bomber Boy, taking out 2 models, 2 more models, or even more. So that was really, really effective. Ed losing a ton of sluggers at bottom to those dual big shooters and the War Truck. Seems to be a really popular tactic, using that War Truck with 2 big shooters inside. It's just instant deployment and huge damage output within seconds.
Yep. Particularly as they have 100% accuracy on the move, so if they have to move into cover or around cover, they're still doing maximum damage.
We see the big shooter or the Daka coming up for the mech boy. Just a straight up DPS boost.
This better be worth my while. Don't toy with me!
That commander loss was so unnecessary and fairly costly, as otherwise Hammer has a pretty decent outlook. Had he not, he's just rebought him, but had he not lost his commander, I think that would have helped him consolidate his lead.
Yep. We see big shooters in a truck versus sluggers in a truck. However, with that warp vomit, oh my god, incredibly effective warp vomit, almost completely taking out that slugger squad. It was barely safe, and whoa, that whip bar and those sluggers really took a chunk of that Warthog's HP.
Yeah. I think the weird boy, despite his massive strength and various abilities, went slightly underutilized for a long time, simply because people were so fixated on going tier 3 and getting knobs out immediately that they skipped him. But I think now that they've been brought slightly more back in line, people are more inclined to buy him early as opposed to late in the game.
Stoneboys versus Sluggers. Sluggers use Swamp Him defensively just to get out of the way. And very nice Bomber Boy. However, the Warthog is nearby, so those Sluggers are getting reinforced. Only
and
the
that
Nob
was
survives.
very bad retreat pathing. They went the wrong way and they go down.
Edtjuh is immediately replacing them.
This better be worth me while.
I think after this purchase he will go tier 3. Still no upgrades on the Warboss. Just as I say, he gets the claw. We still have both Warthogs on the field, and he is using his Warboss a little too aggressively again. And we see, oh my god, Foot of Gork on these Stormboys. He's not retreating, taking all the damage. Shooter Boys also took quite a lot of damage. Ouch.
Yeah, that was really unnecessary. If people aren't aware, then if you see the imprint of Gork's foot about to squash your troops, press the retreat button, because it does practically nil damage if troops are in retreat, and Warthog goes down to sluggers up top.
Yeah, I think it was a strategical sacrifice by Hammer, because he killed that Warthog, he forced off all the units. He had a shot at gen bashing right now. However, he could not, since he wanted to take down Banner. Still, I think in the end it was worth it. Since
well, I think pressing the retreat button might have made it more worth it, but...
Oh, he killed that Warthog. He couldn't have done it without his Stormboys.
Yeah, but as soon as you see the marker, if you click retreat, then it's fine.
Yeah, but he could.
Fairly
That Warthog would have been still around. I mean, I think it was worth it. I think he did it on purpose. It wasn't a mistake or something like that. Anyway, with Hammer having a Warthog and Edtjuh not having one, he has a little advantage, especially since he can reinforce in the field and is much more mobile.
Stick bombers coming up for Ed, which I assume will probably be hurled directly at the war truck, as Ed thinks it's about to disgorge its content of shooters.
Yeah, speaking of shooters, one of Hammer's squads is not capturing bottom. He took about 30 seconds to notice that he should be capturing it.
I think it might have been ultra slow pathing actually, because one of the models was sort of tiptoeing towards the VP very slowly.
No, he unloaded them and then he didn't move them. Stick bombs coming up. Nice dodge by Hammer, loading into that truck. Stoneboys jump onto the blob. Don't stun anything. Ah, they don't have their knob anymore. It died. That explains it.
Well, he lost them, didn't he? I think they must be replacement. Or
No.
not?
They're level 2. Almost level 3. He
No,
didn't
you're wrong.
lose them. He lost 2 models to that Foot of Gorg earlier. And then he replaced them with his wardrobe. Anyway, Hammer is going to tier 3 as well. Gen bashing largely successful. Took out 2 generators and now the wardrobe is driving away again. Edtjuh has no way of really countering that wardrobe. Apart from melee heavy damage. Weird Boy and Slug is coming in for a flank. Oh yeah, I forgot the Weird Boy does decent AV damage. And that Warthog might go down. Oh no, Stormboys jumped in.
Nope. It's saved. Although the Weird Boy, if he...
And yeah, another War Vomit, and those Stormboys are screwed. Warthog almost, yeah, goes down right now.
Sluggers are heading to cap the top of them up.
Yeah, I think this game sort of mirrors the first one a little bit. That is, as game length increases, Hammer tends to make more and more mistakes, while Edtjuh generally keeps up his play.
He's abusing coffee, obviously. Should be banned. Performance enhancing drug. Institute blood tests.
Yeah, measure caffeine levels during the game. Anyway, we have Hammer at tier 3 without being able to purchase anything. Meanwhile, Edtjuh is getting out his knobs. VPs are fairly even, 245 to 254. Still slightly favoring Hammer, who's using his Stormboys to assault some shooters. However, War Vomit quickly teaches him a lesson. Again, losing 3 of those Stormboy models. I think he's using them a little too recklessly. Reinforcing those 4 models will really halt his knob production. He's going for a tank, okay.
If that could work, boom shot on those sluggers and shooters. Though he's going to have to be careful that the Met Boy doesn't sneakily upgrade to Beamy.
Yep. With the setup bug being fixed, that could really be dangerous. Another unnecessary command loss. Warbus goes down. Hammer's complaining about abuse.
I think he's not happy about another banner being built outside his base.
I'm not sure what abuse he's talking about though, because the biggest problem was from the Weird Boy. So unless he's implying that the Weird Boy is OP, and Edtjuh sacrifices his shooters to get stick bomb volley onto those Stormboys, killing 3 models again.
Yeah, and again, if people aren't aware, it might not seem immediately obvious, but the War banner stuns vehicles somewhat ridiculously, and that tank is dead if
Yeah.
it triggers the...
He doesn't
It
even need it.
to, it's stuck on cover. Foot of Gork annihilates, or nearly annihilates, the shooter squad. Yeah,
He just suicided that tank, at least it looked like it.
I think this is possibly a fit of petulance, throwing everything away, because he realises he can't win now.
Yeah, now it's definitely over. And Hammer concedes. Whew. A little tired.
I can see why Hammer might be irritated by banners, perhaps, but the reason he lost game is because of careless losses, I think, particularly as war boss.
Yeah, and mostly the weird boy stunning his storm boys and then Sluggus being right behind them. I think that really hurt his economy quite a lot. I mean, unit-wise, both players were fairly equal. Edtjuh, of course, towards the end didn't lose as much, but they traded equal blows up until tier 2, where then Hammer started to lose units left and right, which in the end cost him the game because he had to spend way too much on reinforcements. And if you look at units reinforced, we have 32 for Ed versus 53 for Hammer.
Yeah, that's quite a lot of rack bleed.
Yeah, and especially that weird boy. I think Edtjuh never actually used Zap. He only used the Warp Vomit and Foot of Gork, obviously, which Hammer never dodged or retreated out of. Well, he used it twice.
Yeah, I think he used it 3 times actually, and he didn't retreat once. Yeah.
Oh wait, good games and a nice finisher for our casting day. I think I need a break.
Yep, you more than me as you were doing, so longer.
Anyway, thank